Okay, guys, so I'm not going to be talking a lot. I just kind of just want to have a chill backtesting session, so I'm really not feeling like talking. So if you have any questions, just type them in the chat. If you want to talk to me, you can. But for the most part, I'm just gonna be backtesting. So yeah. It's a Venom model today, which in my opinion I would also consider being a 2022 model, but it's pretty cool. So I already saved this. Next thing I want to look at is the first presented for value gap, because we ended up back testing it. See that? We used it twice. Once, then a second time. So the key was to have the bias correct. And, well, the bias was bearish. So and then we have an inversion for value gap off of it. My AirPod died. Dang it. I'd love to see if there's S&T here. Okay, I'm gonna plug my AirPod in. Okay, I plugged my AirPod in. There it is. I knew it. I knew there was SMT. Sometimes you can just get the vibe that there's probably going to be SMT. It's market maker sell model. And this is basically getting in on second stage distribution. I'd put stop loss there, enter right here, and then take that down. I'd probably take it down 3 projections, just because it's pretty wide. So I would take it exactly like this. You could do 4, but I think I'd have more conviction with 3. $9.55. First strike. 1 minute, 15 seconds. Then we also had one here. This one's even more obvious. This one's about as obvious as it gets. Y'all see this, right? Look at this. This is so obvious. Makes me jealous, honestly. Like, why was I not on the charts here? And then we ran all these lows. I think the key with today was really understanding bias, because if I had bias right, you know, probably would have caught a lot of these. And then honestly, maybe go like that. I'd put stop loss above that candle like that. Or maybe I would just take profit at this low. Or this low. Maybe just this low. Or the bodies here. I can't decide. Realistically, I would probably take profit there. Let's just say we took it down 4, though. Hint, there was SMT. I knew it. I knew there would be SMT. I knew there would be. I'd go stop loss there. There you go. Just like that. That's how it's done. It's exactly how I would take it. Hey, what up? User ZD5JG3JD. What up, bro? Sup, Javier? How's it going? It's not crazy, bro. I mean, if you backtest and you really dig deep into the charts, you'll realize um, that the 15-second is incredibly precise. And I don't really feel the need to try and convince you. So this is first strike. At what time? 10:27. Yeah, good to see you, Javier. Yeah. Yeah, it looks about right. And obviously, I think if this was a real trade, I think I would take profit at the end of this body here. And that'd be valid. But here, I'll do the version if I took it at the end of took profit at the end of the body. So yeah, if this was real life, I'd probably take it like this. Oh, great. My AirPod died. Because the reason is because that's kind of the end of this consolidation. So first strike. Hi, Jake. Do you use... I got no time to change my username. You're all good, bro. You're all good. Hi, Jake. Do you use ERL to IRL for daily bias? IRL to ERL. I think most people use IRL to ERL. I think that's how it goes. It's not ERL to IRL. But yes, I will. I will try and you know, I don't talk about it most of the time, but subconsciously it is going on in the back of my mind. The IRL to ERL. I don't think I've ever heard of ERL to IRL, but I definitely look for IRL to ERL for sure. I got the bias right before open today. Only looking at the charts maybe 5 minutes. Dude, you're gonna have to show me how you got your bias right because my bias was so off today. And you know, obviously we had a 12-hour inversion for value gap to the downside, which um, you know, which perfectly souped true month open, and I think I did overlook that, but yeah, I'm gonna have to backtest it and really understand why I got bias wrong. But I think that's the main reason why is there's just a giant 12-hour inversion. But you're gonna have to let me know what you thought and why you were bearish within 5 minutes, because I do wanna I want to get better. So okay, I might go use the bathroom real quick. All right. I got you, bro. Once I get to my laptop, I'll send you a screenshot. Sick. Dude, that's awesome. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Yeah, because anything I can do to get even marginally better, I'll take it. Did y'all see, though, that um, I marked out that we had a Venom model today? And this is something I just watched a video on from ICT, but basically what happens is you'll have a bi-side liquidity pool. You'll have a candle that just injects, like, it looks like it kind of like injects venom into it. Like, it's basically just a candle that purges a bi-side liquidity pool, and then on either side you have these imbalances, the buy-side imbalance and sell-side imbalance. They're like your, the ICT calls them hit the fangs, right? These are the fangs, and then mark that over. And then you also have this as a change of state of delivery, which is also an order block. We fill the BPR, tap the order block, and then we go lower. So that's pretty cool. Okay, yeah, for sure. I'm down. Okay. What else do we look at? Okay, let's try and figure out bias. Like why was my bias even wrong in the first place? Obviously, this ended up being high resistant. And I'm trying to figure out like a good reason why. I mean, this was definitely a London high of the day, New York continuation daily profile. I was anticipating it to be seek and destroy. I was very wrong. I think the biggest sign was that, like I said on the live stream, if it was seek and destroy, we would have came up to Asia high, down to Asia low, up to London high, and then back to London low. Instead, what you see is Asia high, London low taken again. So not quite seek and destroy. And even though this inverse, we ended up using this 15-minute gap to the downside. I mean, I think the biggest reason why is just the 12-hour inversion. I think I screenshotted it, right? Yeah. Don't trade against the 12-hour inversion, especially one that perfectly soups the true month open with bearish SMT. I mean, that's my lesson learned, honestly. What time frame is that Venom model and time? The Venom model is on the 32nd, and it was at 9:48. I want to verify something FA shared with me. Yeah, 100%. Why don't you keep the indicators on, man? What indicators? Like all the indicators on that I use when I'm live trading? Because they're not helpful for backtesting. because the indicators I use are helpful for live trading. Like the S&Ts, it's not going to tell me the S&Ts in the past. It's going to tell me the S&Ts that are happening live. Same with the true open indicator. Same with yeah. It's just more helpful to just kind of just do it raw when I'm back testing. That's what I've found. But so if you think about it, it was really a London high of the day, New York continuation daily profile. And one way you could have figured this out was just kind of looking at the way London took Asia. Like if I go on to session highs, London takes Asia, and then we get 15-minute change state back down, and we form an imbalance in premium. And this is all occurring within a 1 hour gap. So if we look at it through this lens, we can just see, oh, London took Asia high, got displacement lower, we respected a gap in premium, so New York should continue. I think that's a pretty simple way to actually view this, right? And you can see a 5-minute change in state there. And also, when you look at it from a true open perspective, it makes sense as well, right? Midnight, 1:30, manipulated in London creates a high, and then we continue. The one you just had on London high and low and FEG, that's all you need. You just need to, yeah, I mean, when I'm live trading, I'll definitely have them on, but if I have them on while I'm back testing, it gets like way too cluttered. So, what is this, guys? Accumulation, manipulation, distribution. and we manipulated the true opens. So midnight, 130, 152. It really does make a lot of sense. And if you think about it, this really was a breaker and for value gap. The key was understanding bias was bearish, though. It really was. Otherwise, you'd be helpless. Yeah, dude, this actually makes so much sense. Higher time frame PD array, and I know you're gonna laugh at me for saying this is higher time frame, but 5 minute higher time frame PD array, 30-second change in state. That's what this is. The key was understanding bias, honestly. All right, I'm taking another break. Yeah, never again, guys. Never again am I assuming a seek and destroy day if we take Asia high, Asia low, and then we retake London low. That is not seek and destroy. That invalidates seek and destroy, in my opinion. I'll show what I mean. So, Asia high gets taken, Asia low gets taken. If it's seek and destroy, we need to go take London high. We do not, right? London high is right here. If it's seek and destroy, we need to go take London high, because that's what seek and destroy is. You run up from Asia high to Asia low to London high to London low, right? So, if this was seek and destroy, we would not go from Asia high to Asia low and then go to London low without going to London high. This is just not something that would happen. I'm pretty sure. Y'all see kind of what I'm saying? If this was going to be seek and destroy, we need to go Asia high, Asia low, London high, London low. Instead, we went Asia high, Asia low, London low. So, it just invalidates it. It totally invalidates it. We had a previous day low here. Once again, quarterly theory is perfect. We take, we're above midnight, we're above 130, we're above 152. Like, if I had just read the market right, then I would just see, oh, London made high of the day, manipulating all the true opens, so New York's likely to continue. Period. Period. End of story. And I didn't. Okay, what do we look at next? I don't even know, honestly. Was there a silver bullet today? I want to get better at spotting silver bullets. So let's go on the 1 minute and the 5 minute and see if there's a silver bullet. So anything, an imbalance after 10 a.m. will constitute as silver bullet. Okay, so that would mean this would be silver bullet. So obviously that was not silver bullet. Um, hmm. I don't know if I see a silver bullet. Look for an imbalance after 10. Yeah, okay, so we do have an imbalance after 10 right here on the 3 minute. So silver bullet, a lot of time it'll work best at like the 3 minute or the 5 minute, not quite the 1 minute. But yeah, I would say this right here was a silver bullet gap because that is the first imbalance after 10, and it, well, besides this one, but this one, that's not obvious. So I want to get better at spotting these. And then we went lower. There you go. We can drop down to a lower time frame. And what would be cool is if we have a aligned time frame change in state, which we do. We literally do. We have one right here. So, bang. Once again, 7 projections. What is up with 7 projections? Why is it so good? Why is it so much better than 8 projections? I don't know. I'm not here to understand it. I'm just here to observe it. I've never backtested this before, Silver Bullet Plus, but I really like it. Aligning the Silver Bullet for value gap with a aligned time frame changes the delivery. Three-minute, 15-second. What strat? I trade any entry model that's aligned with AMD. So it could be anything. Could be an inversion for value gap, could be a change state delivery, could be an outside bar, could be the Ant-Man's mom model. I'm just kidding. We still have yet to make that. Have you backtested QT before? Yes. Yes, I backtest QT all the time. I'll send you a zoomed out screenshot, a zoomed out and zooming in screenshot to Discord. Perfect. Thank you. Yeah, I trade using quarterly theory. I actually do. And the reason is I trade what makes sense to me, and quarterly theory does make sense to me. So same with ICT. ICT makes sense to me, so I use it. Period. Right? And you should do the same. If quarterly theory doesn't make sense to you, don't use it. If ICT doesn't make sense to you, don't use it. For me, ICT makes sense to me. Quarterly theory makes sense to me. So I use them. Period. So just do what makes sense for you. Because how else are you going to be profitable if you're doing things that don't make sense to you, right? I mean, otherwise you're not going to, it's not going to work. This was almost a Phoenix model. Almost. I can't lie, today was pretty tricky. It was very hard. You really had to wait for probably like after 9:50 a.m. to really get any trades. That's one reason it was so hard. And anyone who was trying to long got wrecked, like so fast. So fast. Quarterly theory. Oh, nice. Pairing it with gold. Bookmap for gold. True. Yeah. So I use it. I definitely use it. What else should we look at, guys? I feel like I've kind of backtested the day pretty good, but I mean, there's always more I can backtest. Like, I understand now. It makes a lot of sense why it was bearish. There's three main reasons. Even though we had the overnight gap above and we're below true opens, it's not whether you're above or below true opens that matters. It's paying attention to how the true opens were manipulated and then trading relative to that. For instance, we manipulated true month open at the high before the 12-hour inversion. You can see that here, right? True month open gets manipulated here. And then London made high of the day, and it manipulates midnight, the true session open, the 90-minute open, and the 22-minute true open. All the true opens get manipulated. So it's not, are you above or below the true opens? It's, how were they manipulated, and frame the market maker sell model or buy model accordingly to how the true opens were manipulated. This is something that I think is super advanced, and honestly, like, I'm still learning about right now, but the power of it is insane. Like, just understanding, like, it's not, they aren't like, oh, you're in discount. It's, oh, pay attention to how it was manipulated and trade accordingly. So manipulated all the true opens here. London made high of the day. It's a strong sign that New York's going to continue. And then boom. Sent. Hopefully it makes sense. Perfect. Sounds good. My laptop's going to die soon. Is there anything else I should look at, guys? Anything else? I can't lie. Today was kind of hard. I think if you weren't bearish, you were just wrong. And that was me today. That was literally me. And it's hard because I love using the RTH gap for bias, but there will be times like this where the RTH gap is going to be wrong, and it's pretty clear why. It was a 12-hour inversion, and we manipulated true month open. So, you gotta, honestly, sometimes the true month, the overnight gap is going to be wrong, and you gotta accept that. Like, today might be a day where true month open's wrong. Not true month open, the overnight gap. We also had this 1 hour BPR here. Let's see, we get a 5-minute change in state off of it. So this was a nice flow state trade in London session. I'm pretty sure it was London session. Nope, it was AM session. It was at 7? It was at 7:15 a.m. This was nice. About as textbook as it gets. I kind of want to look for outside bars as well. And then I'd honestly go from here to here. And I'd project that out. Boom. I mean, y'all see how that's flow state, right? Pretty textbook version. And if you held it, well, congrats. You'd be up like 12R or 15R or something. Alright, I'm probably gonna go to bed in like, I don't know, pretty soon. You're backtesting all wrong, but at least you're getting some screen time. Okay. I don't know what to say to that other than I'm doing what makes sense to me. I'm not gonna change the way I do it because you disagree with it. This is what makes sense to me, and I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing because it makes sense to me. What model do you trade, Cave? Uh, Code your own strats. They are fully auto. Must be nice and easy to backtest. Let me know your thoughts. Only if you're interested. Okay, yeah, we'll check. We'll check the DM. Okay. Trailed stop. Now, whatever you entered. So this is why you were bearish? Because of what? I don't even know what we're looking like. I don't even know what we're looking at, bro. We're What is this? You were bearish because, dude, I don't know what I'm looking at. 1 minute change in state. 1 minute for value gap. Yeah, that's kind of what I was saying, is like it was just a giant 2022 model where London made high of the day, and then we retested for value gap, and then we went lower. So yeah, that is, that is the lesson, is don't overlook that. Don't overlook when there's a giant 2022 model and there's a fair value gap. Jake, I can make an iced tea algo for you, man. Okay. Dude, I'm down. 100% down. 100%. But I think I get what you're saying, Javier. That it was basically just like a sweep of Asia highs, and then we went back to premium and retested this 1 hour BPR, and that alone gave clear bias that New York was likely to continue. Period. Period. So, okay. What else? Anything else? Is there anything else? And last call. Anyone else got anything to say? Yo, okay, wait. There's a new day opening gap here. So, that's kind of cool. That would have increased my conviction for that trade. Dang. Actually, wait. This is super sick. Hold up. Now, we got to take a look at this. I know I wasn't on the charts, but had I been on the charts, this would have been so nice. We have a 15-minute change to delivery off of a new day opening gap, overlapping with the BPR. Overlapping with the BPR. This was nice. And yeah, I'm going to go to bed in just a second, but... And yeah, I should make a market recap. I mean, yeah, I probably should. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll make one tonight. Maybe I won't. I don't know. So what I call my shadow model, where you basically take a change state delivery off a new day opening gap when the context is correct. And that's it. That is literally all it is. And then bang. You can see we went 4 projections right there. That's literally all. That's all my shadow model is change state delivery off a new day opening gap. With the liquidity sweep. Yeah, I think I'm going to end the stream, honestly. I determined my bias on CVD. Then we on the same page then. LOL. Wait, what? Yeah, we're on. Oh yeah, with the whole bearish bias because of the fair value gap and sweep of Asia high. Yeah. Don't know if anyone do it like me. Like determine bias on the CFD chart. Okay, I'll start on it. Add me back on Discord. I sent you a friend request. Okay, I'll look at that later when I get a chance. By the way, the first screenshot was my prediction from 2 or 3 weeks ago on what price was going to do, and I got it right. That's sick, bro. Yes, heck yeah, Cave. That sounds great. Okay, I should probably go to bed because I do have to get up to live trade tomorrow, and I want to have a decent live trading session, at least decent live trading session. So, what's CVD? I don't know what that is, but yeah, I want to at least have a decent live trading session. So, I gotta get some sleep. I'm not gonna make. I probably won't make a market recap tonight. If I do, it'll be a surprise, but probably won't. Yeah, just gotta get up, keep going, and keep locking in. So, thank you all for watching. I appreciate you guys, even when this has just been a chill stream, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.